Hi, I'm Rich Woods, aka The Cocktail Guy, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 easy and epic cocktails using sous vide at home. So the first drink we're going to be making today is my take on a classic Royale. This is a beetroot and chocolate Royale using the humble beetroot and some fresh cocoa nibs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to peel our beetroots. If you have them at home, I suggest wearing some gloves. Now we're going to chop these into some really small pieces, think along the lines of a slaw. There we go. We're going to add this to our vacuum bag. Got some already prepared, so we're going to throw this in. So this is 25 grams going in here. Now I like beetroot, and I really like the flavour of this in a cocktail. If you don't like it so strong, just add a little bit less. If you want a bit more, obviously add a bit more. Cocoa nibs, in they go. Now there's sweetness and richness of the cocoa nibs are going to play really well against the roasted and robustness of the beetroot. So vodka, in we go, 250 grams. And then the final ingredient is our sugar syrup. And this is going to make it a really nice velvety liqueur. There we go. Perfect. So now we're going to go and vacuum this. So the important thing with sealing is that we're removing all of the unwanted air and we're sealing all of the alcohol and all of the flavour. Don't forget, the vapour that we have in here, we don't want it to escape because that's lost flavour. So let's seal this. Here we go. Let's take this out. Look at all that flavour perfectly retained within this bag. So we're going to drop it in our preheated water bath. This has been set at 50 degrees for 45 minutes. And here is one we've made earlier. So as you can see, all of the colour of the beetroot, oh, that's perfect. Look at that. That's amazing. And the reason I like using sous vide is its precision. It's all about retaining all of that flavour, and it's perfectly set in terms of time. So we're going to filter this, get rid of all of those solids, and we're just left with this beautiful, rich, velvety liquid. And that will take about 10 to 15 minutes through this coffee filter. Once that's done, drop this in the fridge for a minimum of 1 hour, make sure it's nice and chilled, and we're ready to make our drink. Okay, so here's some of the liquid that I've already made. We're going to add 50 ml of this to our champagne flute. I'll top it up with champagne. There we go. So here is my beetroot and chocolate Royale, a twist on the classic aperitif. Cheers. So the next drink we're going to be making is one of my personal favourites. It's a twist on a classic spirited mixer. It's a gin and tonic with a little bit of a seasonal twist, using some sugar snap peas and some fresh mint. If you can't find fresh peas, frozen work just as well. So the first thing we're going to do is fill our vacuum bag. Large pinch of fresh mint, about 15 grams. Grab our sugar snap peas. All you want to do is just snap them in half and drop them in. Make sure you get all those shells crushed. Next thing we're going to do is add our gin. Now the lighter style works best, but if you have a bottle lying around at home, just fill up the bag. There we go. Let's give this a seal. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to drop this in our bath, but we're going to reduce the temperature because we're using a lighter style of spirit. We're going to cook this at 45 degrees for 50 minutes. And conveniently, here's one we prepared earlier. I'm going to filter this in exactly the same way that we did our beetroot and chocolate liqueur. This will probably take about 20 minutes. Once that's done, pop it in your fridge, and for the best results, consume it within 3 to 4 weeks. So let's crack on with the drink. So here's some gin we made earlier. We'll take 50 ml of this, pour it into your highball glass, fill it up with some cube ice, add your tonic water, and give it a mix. Make sure it's nice and chilled, get all those ingredients mixed together, top it up with some more ice if you need to, before we add the all-important garnish, mint. Now this stuff is incredibly aromatic. Not only is it in the drink, but it adds the enhancement of the flavour. So there we have it, our simple sugar snap peas and mint gin and tonic, which we've called Mind Your P's and Q's. So the third drink we're going to be making today is a cocktail that started off its life as my wind down drink after a heavy night. It's based on a Manhattan. We're going to serve it slightly on the sweeter side, but with one massive difference. And we're going to age this with a rapid infusion using a sous vide vacuum sealer. We've taken some wood chips here. We've just ground them down in a spice grinder, but you can use a NutriBullet or other form of blenders. And don't forget, when you're searching for these online, make sure you type in food grade wood chips. So let's start with the process. So we're going to take our vacuum bag. We're going to add our cocktail in. So we have here our sweet vermouth. I said we're going with a sweeter style because the wood chips add a dry tannin to this cocktail, so we want to make sure it's balanced really well. Secondly, our maraschino, slightly dry cherry liqueur. Lastly, the key ingredient, a good quality bourbon. And then our wood chips. There we go. So this is for 4 of you. So if I'm thinking of maybe yourself and a couple of friends, I'm going to seal this off now. So here we go. Depends how much dryness you want from the wood. Personally, I'd leave it for no more than 24 to 48 hours, but if you wanted it super dry, there's no harm in leaving it in a cool, dark place for up to 7 days. So here we have one that's already filtered. So we're going to take 100 mils of our batch. I'm going to stir this down over cube ice. We're going to make sure that we stir this down nicely, give it a nice dilution, but also chill this cocktail down. Now, if you're lucky enough, like me, you've got some silverware or some stainless shakers, you can always see from the indication of the frosting on the outside, this cocktail is starting to freeze quite nicely. Grab our small martini glass. There we have it, our aged Manhattan. Cheers. So there we have it, 3 cocktails to make at home using sous vide. I hope you enjoy them.